Alright, let's get this over with. Hello everybody, this is Dunkel Dylan here, God of Chaos, and yes, I don't know why no one has ever thought of this. Maybe because everyone was lazy, just as me. This is the one-shot of what if Tanjiro was a Witcher. Now, I already know half of you are going to say this is going to be impossible because Witchers are not as OP as any Demon Slayer. But in this one, I'm going to say, fuck you, I can do whatever I want. Anyway, this is for Midoriya's. Yeah, Midoriya, sheesh. Anyway, you already know how this does things, so yeah. Now, Tanjiro's life. Now, Tanjiro does not know he has a sister. Not in this AU, anyway. In this AU, he was always born and raised in the Witchers. Now, as for the Witchers in this one can't really do like breath. Actually, no, I'm gonna say they can do a breath thing, but they still use potions and all that. And it's like their breath thing is a little bit different than your typical thing. Actually, I'm joking. They use magic. There's no point. Anyway. Tanjiro was raised in the school of... Hold on, let me grab my book. Let's see. What's a good one? Fuck it. School of the Bears. Yep. Midoriya. Why do I keep saying Midoriya? Oh yeah, My Hero Academia. I keep forgetting. Anyway, as I said before, Tanjiro was raised by the School of the Bears. And in case you forgot who they are because I will actually be playing some things, because even I'll admit I forgot what they are because it's been a very, very long time. A literally long time since I even did this. So, oh yeah, give me a minute. Here we go. And shout out to Witcher George. You probably know him. I had him before. Starting another round. That's not your one. Let's go.
To make today's video, I decided to make today's video on the School of the Bear. So this video is probably my most requested video I've had on this channel. People have been asking ever since I made the School of the Cat video, can you do the School of the Bear one? And the reason I've been holding off on it is there isn't much information known about this school, even less so than the School of the Viper. Because this school was, like the School of the Viper, made by CD Projekt Red. And it was brought in like the School of the Viper. So, Witcher School of the Bear is a relatively new piece of lore in the Witcher universe, as we can tell, it was added in the games. So we can just presume that like the School of the Cat, Griffin and Wolf schools, they were just basically hunted into extinction during the peasant revolts that, they thrashed many of the Witcher strongholds. So, from what we can gather so far, the Witcher School of the Bear practiced many of the ideals in the Bane of the Bear. So, what that basically means is that if you think about the animal of a bear, each school basically tries to act as kind of like their chosen animal. So the School of the Cat's very sneaky, very acrobatic. The School of the Wolf is strong, but also fast, if you know what I mean. Whereas the School of the Bear would obviously just be incredibly heavy-hitting weapons and heavy armor. And we know this is the case, because as you play The Witcher 3 and we get the School of the Bear diagrams, we see that the armor is the heavy armor, and it's the heaviest armor set out of every Witcher school set. So we only know about one member of the School of the Bear, but I will talk to you all about that a little bit later, because for now it's a little bit difficult. We don't know where the School of the Bear is from. We can imagine there must have been a skeleton school. It's also kind of believed, we don't know this for sure, but the members of the School of the Bear willingly seeked the Berserk curse willingly, which if you've played The Witcher 3 you'll know is the people that can basically turn into bears. We don't have much information on this, but we just can imagine that's something that they would probably have done. So if you think about it, I did say that they are the more heavy users of the Witcher, but if you think about it, a Witcher is a Witcher. They're all really fast. So the School of the Bear just use heavy weapons in a fast way. Obviously, there's no way that they're going to be as fast as a Witcher with a light sword, but it's. I suppose you kind of have to imagine it like this. Imagine that you have normal people, some that are better with weapons that are small and they can use them more quickly, some that use normal size weapons, etc., like the School of the Wolf, and some that use heavy weapons. If you think about the differences between them, and then imagine that on another level, and that other level is witches, it's basically the equivalent, if you know what I mean. So it's difficult to explain, you kind of get what I mean. So that's about as much as we know about the School of the Bear's history. There is very little known it because it was on the sort of made by CD Projekt Red. I'm not going to say at the last minute because that sounds a little bit, but it was obviously planned, but they didn't really make a backstory for it, at least one that they haven't revealed to us. Yeah, it was completely made by CD Projekt Red. It's not a book school, you know, like the School of Viper and Manticore. So the main part of this video is I wanted to tell you the story of Gerd, who is a School of the Bear Witcher, and we don't know that much about him, but I can tell you as much as I do now. So Gerd was called to the Duchy of Arksey at the request of Helena Langehair, and by the way, I am terrible at pronunciation. I've said so many times, but just so you guys know if you knew. The heiress to the Ducal throne, and she wanted to remove her father from his usurped throne. Gerd, however, insulted the heiress by behaving rudely and turned down her offer. So, despite the many autocracies and deaths committed by this usurper, Gerd actually became in league with him and committed various crimes in his service. However, in a surprising turn of events, Helena managed to remove her father from the throne and issued a warrant for Gerd's arrest, with the amount of 300 Arcana dinars. Gerd quickly fled to the Skellige Isles and arrived on the island of Ardskellig. So I just want to quickly say before anything, I don't actually know if the School of the Bear originated in Skellige because we literally know nothing about it. I'm just going to say that that's an assumption because most of the diagrams are actually in Skellige. Well, I'm pretty sure all of them are, aren't they? I'm not sure. I think they are. Might be some of the low-level ones in, I don't know, I'm not sure. But are in Skellige, so you just kind of assume that that's where they must have been from. So after he arrived on Ardskellige shores, Gerd soon encountered locals pleading for help to deal with a dragon near some elven ruins. Gerd set off to the ruins and slayed the beast, smiling as it drew its last breath. A short time later, he was contacted by Jorgen Ironhand to kill a siren that had been attacking people in a cave in the northwestern part of Spike Rug. Gerd then sailed to Arnskellig and arrived at Fort Trusek on the first day of summer. His appearance there had brought much joy to all in the castle. He then met the Jarl of Arnskellig, Torgeir the Red. Gerd quickly became friends with the Jarl, and after draining more than a barrel of mead with him, soon both the Witcher and the Jarl began going on hunts together and hosting feasts. Torgeir asks Gerd to rid a Striga that had made its lair in the ruins of Etnir. Gerd, who was moved by the Jarl's lament, accepted the contract, but explained that he must first complete his prior contract with Jorgen Ironhand to remove the sirens from the cave in Spike Rug. The Jarl then paid Gerd with a pouch full of coin and offered him the service of one of his men, Olven, who would act as a guide to take him to Spike Rug, and, should the need arise, fight by his side. The Witcher thanked him and entrusted his dearest armour diagrams to the Jarl as a promise of his return. Gerd and Olven then sailed to Spike Rug after arriving at the Cave of Infestation. The sirens began to attack both the men, but were quickly shot down by Gerd using his crossbow before finishing them off. After their battle in the caverns of Melusine, they made their camp in the cave, but also must have died before dawn, as a dead corpse remains there with a letter to one. Ingeborga, Caleb's daughter, admiring the Witcher's battle prowess that he'd copied Gerd's crossbow diagram with him. After bagging the contracted siren's head, Gerd headed off to the famous tavern near Fjindisdal on Ardskellig, where he collected his reward and spent the night there drinking, telling tales and playing Gwent with Jorgen and the innkeeper. He lost half his reward and his steel sword diagram from Gwent with the innkeeper. Later that night, a knight from Arcia, Calamir, and his men came for him in the inn and burned it down to the ruined inn that it is now. The Witcher escaped and went to the ruined Fort Etnir to rid the Striga he was tasked to do by the Jarl of Arnskellig. His pursuers caught up with him, but he was able to kill all 5 of them, mortally wound the knight pursuing him, bring down the ruins of roof on them with magic. However, the Witcher then left behind his silver sword diagram that his pursuers found after he fled. Gerd soon returned to Jarl Torgeir in Arnskellig, where soon bandits and Nilfgaardian bounty hunters paid by Nilfgaard besieged the Jarl's castle with catapults. Castle Trusek crumbled and fell into ruin, bringing down with Jarl Turger along with his men, with the Witcher Gerd included. So that's the story of Gerd, who's the Witcher that is actually the one that possessed all the School of the Bear diagrams, and you find them throughout the game and you read this story. I got all of that from a Wikipedia page. I'll put it in the description to credit them, because it's very good of them to sort of get all the information from the games and put it there. It's quite interesting because this Witcher is more of a, I suppose you could say, a kind of disgraced Witcher. But he's like Geralt in a way, you know. It's like with The Witcher 2 where he chooses Yorveth's path instead of Roach, etc. You could describe that as being disgraced. Maybe Gerd decided that the father would just be better for the throne. You can't really tell. It's a difficult one. But ultimately he does die. He was a male, if you haven't gathered that from me saying he. And he is currently the only School of the Bear member that we actually know of. It's a little bit difficult because this school was just kind of made. We don't know much about it, and personally, I would love a game where they maybe give us a School of the Bear protagonist, or maybe a School of the Viper protagonist, or maybe, you know, just something that could expand more upon these schools that they added, because then it will give us a lot better information, you know. I mean, CD Projekt Red have already stated that they're gonna return to the Witcher franchise at some point because they don't want to disappoint fans. So that could be a good way of them to return. I mean, honestly, the way I see them returning is either making a game with a set main character like they already have done, or possibly doing an RPG-based one where you can make your own character. A little similar to Skyrim, but I suppose you could say more CD Projekt Red, so, you know, better characters, etc. And that's just my opinion. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult. That's about as much as we know about him. And that's about as much as we know about the School of the Bear. Just judging from the games, as I said, they use heavy weapons, etc. And it's a little bit difficult. We don't know their origins, and as I said, it's probably Skellige. So anyway, that's my video on the School of the Bear. I'll be sure to definitely try and do an updated video.
Yeah, that's pretty much them. And here's the resistance that the School of the Bear armor actually has. 70 resistance to damage from monsters, 50 plus on adrenaline point gained, 50 resistance against slash damage, 40% resistance to piercing damage, 30 resistance to bludgeoning damage, I think that means blunt weapons, and a 25 resistance against elemental magic. Now, the reason I chose the School of the Bear is because they were a lot more easier to actually find, and also it's because, as it makes a lot of sense, as considering they have more damage against certain monsters. Now, I'm going to say this, demons are technically monsters, so it makes sense. And also, I've never seen anyone actually do a what if Tanjiro was a Witcher, so I figured, fuck it. Okay, I literally done that worse and better. So in this one, yeah, Tanjiro is going to be a Witcher. Now, we actually start off at Tanjiro, at the Skellige, at the School of the Witchers, because I'm going to say, in this AU, the Witchers were not hunted down and killed because all the people actually know better and they're not fucking idiot. Is to get rid of the one people that I can actually hunt down and kill pretty much almost all the monsters that cause trouble. Now, Tanjiro in this one is about... Witchers can't really die from age, and as a matter of fact, they can live for God knows how long. So I'm going to say in this one, he was trained by who the man mentioned before he passed away. Actually, no, I'm going to say like the School of the Bear was also the smart ones. Like they actually kept their organization very secret, just like the Witcher, like the School of the Viper, who are also very secretive of their way of life. Now, as for weapons, I'm going to say that Tanjiro's weapons mainly are like pretty much good. Like, let's say they're the complete versions of the School of the Bear armor and weapons. The only difference is that Tanjiro wears a mask that actually protects his face. Actually, no, he wears a helmet met with Witcher ruins on it. To give it a more witchery vibe, maybe. Now, his eyes are also a bit different from other Witchers. They're not red. I mean, they're not your typical Witcher eye color. They're actually more of their eyes are his eyes are a lot more like a give me a minute. It's like a storm-like color, like a blue mixed with a little bit and a white, but actually no, it's like a more like, it's a little bit of a reddish blue and a hint of white. Right? Like in the outer sense of the eyes, they're blue, but in the inner they're like white. I mean, they're like red, and in the middle where the black would be in our eyes, they're white. Like, so Tanjiro is a very unique and very interesting Witcher. They still respect him. They don't care about his looks. And in this one, I'm going to say Tanjiro's hair is not white, unlike Witcher's. In fact, his is actually more like Tanjiro's hair is more like a grayish color. But like he has that hairdo that I actually would say one side is blue and the other is not. That type of thing. Now Tanjiro is also a very good strategist in this game, in this what if his IQ is about a good 175, which is pretty high for your typical average thing. Now, does he have his emotions? No. In this one, Tanjiro is an emotionless person, so don't be surprised at that. And also, I forgot to mention, before we even start this video, I will actually be doing 4 honor what-ifs. That's right, I'll finally be able to do those. But we're going to start off, we're going to be doing more Tanjiro what-ifs instead of My Hero Academia. We're going to give My Hero Academia a little bit of a break, and we're actually going to try other what-ifs, see how I do on them. If I do horrible, then I will go back to Naruto, and just act like I give 2 shits about Izuku Midoriya. Yeah, until then, we are just going to continue Tanjiro until we actually get better at this, because normally, sorry about that, because normally I wouldn't really mind this, but this is something I will do, so let's get right to it. Wait, now we don't start off with Midoriya like at the location of your typical average location, no, but we actually start him off pretty much still in Skellige. Now, I will actually be doing the voices. I will try. You already know me. I always forget. But if his voice sounds like Bane from Batman, from The Dark Knight Rises, I am not sorry. It's the best voice I can come up with. It was either that or sounding like a freaking Australian with a light voice of Pikachu, so if you don't like it, get the fuck over it, because that's the best you're gonna hear. Anyway, this is when we get to Tanjiro actually going to a location. I'm gonna say it's like a very old tavern, which I'm gonna say it's called the Honky Donkey. I don't know what to call it. I'm just making it up as I go. But Tanjiro walks in, and immediately everyone looks and just sees this Witcher. Now, like I said, the Witchers in this one are not treated badly, but they're not liked either, because of religion and all that. You know how stupid humans can be with all their religion and ghosting crap. But I think even you guys knew that from the start, right? Anyway, so Tanjiro walks in, and he just he's the person who set up the bounty, and this is when Tanjiro walks up to him at the tavern and says, "What's the job?" "Ah, you must be that Witcher. Well, no, we've been having a ruptural problem. What happened?" "It was my brother friends. They thought it'd be a good idea to literally piss off this troll. The troll has not really been doing nothing much. As a matter of fact, he's a common customer here." "You let a troll drink here? Well, what else can you do?" "Like I said, Jacob is a good man. He's just misunderstood. But you want me to help him leave the place? No. I want you to try to convince him to actually find a new cave to actually go to. I don't want him to die, but it's be safer. You know how skeleton warriors can be. I know that too well. Then you know... Oh. I will see what I can do. This is when Tanjiro gets up and just walks out. And he actually gets to the troll. And this is when he finds the troll's lair. And this is when he hears him roar and says, "Leave my rocks alone!" Ooh. I see the problem. This is when Midoriya actually gets closer to the plate. But this is when Tanjiro actually looks closer and sees the troll. This is when the troll sees Izuku. Tanjiro, don't be surprised, I'm gonna say Izuku a couple of times. This is when the troll said, "Leave." It's all right. I am not here to fight you. You're not? No, I came here to talk, to see if we can't sort this out like gentlemen. Well, thank you. I am tired of killing the humans. I can understand that too well. Oh. And that is... And this is when he said... And this is when the troll will... This is when Midoriya says, "Your friend sent me here, Jacob." Friend? Your bartender friend. Oh, drinky drink. Good soup. Why, he came. He wanted to convince you to go to a new location so you don't get attacked. You know a location? One old cave where Mama was. Mama? Not your mama. My mama. I get where you're going. Wait, where is your mama's cave? Further uphill, but scary monsters there. Scary monsters? Too scared. I see. If I take care of the scary monsters, will you go back to your mama's cave so you can protect your friend and you? Very well. I will take care of the scary monster. This is when Tanjiro leaves and he goes to the location of the scary monster. He looks and realizes, ow, it's a goat. A troll is scared of a goat? Now I've seen everything. Hi, what are you doing with me goat? Is this yours? Yeah, I've been looking for that bloody goat for 3 weeks. I'm tracking a fiend. You're not using my goat? Don't worry, I already set up the bait, but you should leave. Fiends love the scent of goat's blood. It drives them mad to a berserk stage, ripping and tearing everything in their path. Right, Master Witcher. I'll believe you. This is when he takes his goat and leave. Tanjiro thinking, typical. Oh, humans, falling for the same shit over and over again. Although if only that shit was a lie instead of a truth. This is when Tanjiro actually so he continues exploring the location just in case. Oh, this is when he sees the cave. This must be it. This is when he sees like a burial site, and that it's too big for a human. A troll burial. I didn't even know they could do that. Gotta give credit to him. He knows how to keep his family traditions. This is when Tanjiro sniffs the air and he looks at the cave. Something's in there, and it's taking its home there. This is when Midoriya enters it. Dear God. Ghouls. Better take care of them before a certain person comes in. This is when Midoriya goes in and literally looks inside, and the only thing sorry about that. This is when Midoriya throws a bomb there, and all the ghouls are like, "What the heck is that?" And they go to the creature, the bomb, and it goes boom. Boom. Yeah, you heard me right. Boom. Boom. This is when Midoriya goes closer to the plate. He looks at it and just sees them. And the only thing Midoriya can think, he goes, how is he gonna deal with this? Anyway, sorry about that, I had to yawn. This is when Tanjiro kills the creatures pretty easily. And this is when he said, now I've dealt with everything. I will now turn to him. Anyway, once Midoriya actually gets closer to the settlement, what hell am I saying? Settlement. He goes back to the troll, and the troll pretty much is just sitting there and just minding his own business. And this is when he hears, "All right, the place is cleared and the scary monsters are gone." Scary monster gone? Yes, the scary monster is gone. I go to cave then. There were some ghouls in there. Yummy. Ghoul soup. Yes. Ghoul soup. This is when the troll starts going to the cave. I should probably follow him. This is when he follows him to the cave, and this is when a couple of humans start attacking the troll. Well, at least some idiot. Actually, no, I'm gonna say some drunken idiot saw the troll, and he throws a rock. The troll doesn't even mind him. He just continues walking. Okay. Anyway, pause break. That I'm back. Now, this is when he gets back to Jacob. Well, the troll is safe. Ah, thank you. Many people know about the troll, but they don't really bother him. And besides, he's like I said, he's like the common guy around here. Yeah, I'm glad he's not killed. But where did he go? So I know where to bring this. What? Rum? That troll is the heaviest drinker I always done, but he always pays his tabs. How does a troll pay his tabs? You'd be surprised how many golden ingots he finds in one cave. He's at his old mother's cave. Apparently there was a burial. It should be easy to find him. Ah, I know the one. I knew his man. Nice troll. Seriously. Wow, I've seen everything. You know what's fucked up? So have I. If you'd told me if I was a teen I was going to be friends with a troll, I think I would have punched you in the face. He's saying, see you. Hey, don't forget your payment. I know it's a little less than we have, but... But that's fine. Coin is coin. You willing to spend it here? I'll sell you some stuff. That makes sense. And they drink, and they start trading. Food, supplies, that stuff. And he walks off. Midoriya gets to the location. This is when Tanjiro goes back to the main Skellige Isles. And looks at the contract board. Need a bodyguard for a wedding. Deep chickens for sale. Rocks. Need help moving rocks? There's not that much monsters in Skeleton nowadays. This is when a board gets up with a slayer on it. What's a slayer doing here? Desperation. And this is when he walks off. This is when immediately he goes to the board and looks at it to see about demons that's been causing trouble in the further isles. I should probably bring this up with an old friend. He's in town, if I remember correctly, dealing with Yennefer and Triss. I don't know how he deals with those two. This is when you're... and you see this beautiful raven black horse. I'm going to say it's an Andanese horse, which makes sense. This one, Tanjiro gets on it and rides. He gets to the location... and he sees Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. This is when he says, Geralt, Tanjiro the Slayer, heir of fiends. Don't get your hopes up. Still carry that trophy, I see. He looks at the fiend head. Or do you still carry that grave hag head? Fair point. So, what brings you here? There's a contract outside of this country. Really? What's it about? Apparently there is an increase in demons coming from the north, further south. Demons? I thought Slayers had that under control. Apparently not. A demon set this up. Every Witcher is going to be hunting this. Yeah, you're right. How's Siri? Still
mourning of that old man, huh?
Yeah. We're all mourning for him.
The wild hunt has been destroyed.
Wait, ow! Oh, fucking...
I doubt they'll be coming anytime soon. Skellige hold their ground before. The wild hunt was a massacre.
Yeah. Massacre is alright. So, you have any idea how we're doing this?
That's a good question. The best thing to do is to fight on. What we're dealing with is something that no human dealt with. But right now, we fight. We need to get there fast, before the demons come to this part of the town. We all know what demons are capable of.
Yeah, especially those type of demons. Anyway, Roach, come on.
Baylock, let's go.
This is when they all start riding to the docks.
You know your way there.
No. You?
I was hoping you did.
Still don't like Jennifer?
You know how much I hate that puta.
Watch it.
You know I'm right. And me and her get along as much as Tris gets along. Oh, with anyone else. Not that great.
That's Jennifer, period. Why don't we stop back at Kaer Morhen? We could use the extra supplies.
I hate it when you're right.
Should we go back to you?
I say we go to Kaer Morhen. There's a gap. If we go there, we'll be interrupting a ritual.
Recruiting again?
You know the school of the bears. Children want to be witchers. Be fighting big dangerous monsters. They don't know how dangerous it really is until it's too late. Until the blood is seeped into the blade.
Yeah, and this when they ride this Kaer Morhen. Well, they take a boat, then they ride to Kaer Morhen.
Is Letho still here?
Letho left a few weeks ago. Wait, 3 weeks ago. Oh. But there are still witchers here.
Ah.
You think Letho went to the location we went?
Probably. Knowing Letho, he was always a master at killing demons.
Letho was able to kill almost anything.
That's the truth.
This is when they start hearing fighting. What's going on up there?
Only one way to find out.
They get there, and this is when they see demons attacking the Witcher Academy. Immediately, Geralt and Tanjiro go there and start fighting the demon. And it says, well, hell,
last one to kill the last demon. Last one. One pays the drinks.
Yeah, you're on, Tanjiro. And they start fighting the demons. And this is when pretty much the demons have nearly killed some of the Witcher students, but luckily, the older Witchers are also there. And along with Ciri. This is when Tanjiro is dodging one demon and stabs it right in the throat. Oh. he also sets fire to another one. Well, it starts hacking and slashing his way through Demon. And Geralt doing the same. This is when one demon stabs Tanjiro. The demon smiles, but Midoriya just headbutt and stabs it in the throat. And this is when a concerning blade 8 fights. They hack and they slap. Ash. But this one, Tanjiro grabs his crossbow and shoots one in the head. Yeah, because he nearly died. And pause break again. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, this is when one of the demons tries to leave, but Midoriya shoots it. But this is when Tanjiro shoots it in the leg. This is when he starts dragging the demon back.
The sun's about to start. Who sent you?
I'm not saying anything. This is when he grabs one of the Witcher potions that is very effective against demons. Alright, it was your sister.
What? Quit bullshitting. I don't have a sister.
Really? Then what makes you so certain of that?
Siri.
This is when she starts looking at him. He's telling the truth.
No fucking way. Oh, hey.
What should we do with the demon? This is when they let it loose.
Leave before we change our mind.
This is when the demon leaves. Just in time because the sun was coming up. Anyway. Ouch. Fuck. Alright. Time to grab a drink. Ooh, bathroom. Oh, fuck. Anywho, this is when Tanjiro is just shaking his head, and now he sits down just thinking. You alright?
To be honest, no. Oh, this is a lot to take in. I always accepted the fact that I was just... How's that? A nobody. Who literally had nothing. Now I find out that I'm actually the son, that I found something. This is just a lot to take in.
I bet. Even I'll admit. This is something even I didn't expect.
This is some time to get used to. Well, anyway.
Don't beat yourself too much on it. Remember, we don't even know if she's actually that demon was telling the truth.
You're right. There's only one way to find out. Oh, isn't it?
Yup.
You're coming, Siri.
I got nothing better to do. So I don't see why not. What about you? Are you coming? Not like I'm really given a choice. Besides, if what he's saying is actually true, who knows what else that demon knows? Although to be honest, we don't even know if this demon's telling, like we said, we don't know if this demon's telling the truth, but Knowing us, we're probably gonna check it out anyway.
He's right. Like, we have a contract to take. It's hunting down those demons, so it's causing the people problems.
Still hard to believe the fact that those people will be causing problems.
Same here. Let's get started.
Agreed. We already know this is going to be a long day. This is when them and Midoriya start walking. And this is when Midoriya comes across your typical average thing. Once they get on the boat and they start pretty much getting to the sails and sail off to the world of the Slayers. This is when pretty much they dock there. And they pay the sailor for their time. Midoriya immediately. This is when Tanjiro says,
"What should we do first?"
I say we split up. Siri, you ask around in town. I'll go to the woods and examine the rest. Tanjiro, you go to the Slayer home.
Why do I have to go to the Slayer home?
Because, number one, you're more patient there, and you have a childhood friend that's there.
I fucking hate it when you're right. You know that? But what makes you think he's gonna recognize me? We haven't seen each other ever since we were kids. Hell, I barely remember his name. Hey, Giru? Or something?
Just look. And besides, you two haven't seen each other since you were kids. It's only been 2 years.
You expect me to keep the face of everyone I've seen when I'm hunting down giant monsters?
Point taken. Just get going.
Got it. Come on, Bearlock.
And this when they go their separate ways. But on the way, Midoriya picks up another contract. And this one's kind of a predicament. It's about a demon. But it's actually in the woods. This is when Midoriya actually goes in the woods. This is when he says, I thought we agreed to split up.
Took a contract here. It's about a demon. A drum demon.
Huh. This is when he gets to the drum. This is when they find the location. And this is when they find the kids with the blood. This is when Midoriya looks around inside the place, while Geralt looks outside. Midoriya looks in and just sees 2 corpses.
2 Slayers. A pity. And a child. Hey Geralt, get in here.
This is when Geralt walks in. What is it?
Take a whiff.
Lycan? What? I thought werewolves were not in this country.
Apparently they are. A demon ate them.
Lycans are entirely poisonous to demons.
Which means
they hear the cough. They go to see this demon. Man, that's not just coughing up a lot of blood.
I should have known that guy was a werewolf, drum demon. Well, any last words before I kill you?
Make it quick. I'm done living. This is when Tanjiro just chops off the head of the demon. That demon was obviously suffering
Through depression and betrayal. Something happened, but it doesn't matter to us. What's dead, is dead.
Agreed. Let's go. Oh, you gotta take that contract in?
Yeah, well, you? What did you manage to find while I was in there?
A couple of footprints. And a bloody boar's head.
Must be the one belonging to the boy. His corpse was there as well.
You knew him?
No, way too young. Along with the only one I smelled was another one's blood. He looked like he died from stress. Or so I thought.
He became a demon?
I know demon blood. The smell is too sweet. I should report.
Maybe you should report this to the Slayers. And maybe they'll tell you about your sister.
For the last time, I don't have a sister.
What makes you so certain? Aren't you curious?
Nope. No. If I was curious, I would have been here years ago. What's done is done. I'm not looking for my sister. I'm looking to stop this from spreading to my home. I have my fucking favorite taverns in danger, for fuck's sake.
Of course. Anyway, pause break. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, this is when Tanjiro says,
Alright, I'll see you there. Alright. I'll see you there.
Great. And I'll see you then. Excuse me. Anyway, this is when Midoriya and them start. This is when Midoriya actually is going with them. Anyway, once Midoriya actually went to the demon home, with the Slayer's home, they immediately see him as, well, mostly they look at him in disrespect, and Midoriya knows he doesn't care. Because there's no point in caring about something as weak as that. Pretty much this is when they hear, why is that freak there?
Of course. It's the racism. I am not even surprised at this rate.
Anyway, This is when Midoriya looks at their leader. This is when Midoriya just looks at them. And this is when he looks at the leader and says, "Your men are dead." So, they really did not survive that. No. Inosuke was a good person. And Zenitsu? He was turned. Damn. Alright. Thank you for telling me, Witcher. Can I get your name?
Tanjiro.
Everyone is surprised. Nice to hear that name.
What?
Tanjiro? Your sister talks about you a lot.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I don't have a sister! Why is everyone saying I have one? I really don't.
What? Apparently, this demon thinks you do have a sister.
And her name is?
We don't know. All we know is that this sister is looking for you. Apparently, she wants to rejoin wants you to rejoin the family.
Unfortunately, I'm a witcher. Witchers can't be turned into demons, remember? We're completely immune and our blood is more poisonous than anything else.
Indeed. Which is why I'm hiring you to help us hunt these demons.
I already took the contract, idiot. Why else would I be here?
This is when one of them says, "So respect. You're not in your Witcher Academy."
I'm the one, if I remember correctly, you are all the ones who asked me to be here. So I don't need to show any respect. Right. Unless there's money. Remember that. Now, what can you tell me about this demon?
She's extremely powerful. Well, she knows no bounds, and he's most dangerous. No one knows who she is, and no one knows how to stop her. As a matter of fact, it's a miracle that any of the demons are actually winning. Mostly, we are dealing with is these guys. These people are rarely surviving this.
It would seem so. Alright. Since you're so desperate, the fact that you're asking.
Look, like I said, we're desperate.
You said that.
Anyway. Anyway, this is when Tanjiro says,
"Alright, I'll see what I can do. But don't expect a miracle.
I will expect progress, that's all I ask."
Is that all? I got a feeling it's not.
Very funny. I truly do wish progress.
Okay. Anyway, pause break.
Alright, I'm back. This is when... Anyway. This is when Midoriya... this is when Tanjiro says,
"Very well. Well, I got nothing better to do anyway." Well, might as well see what you can. I will take care of this, wherever this is.
Anyway, so this is when this is when Tanjiro walks out, and this is when he hears, "Hold it."
What is it?
He wants me to fault to go with you.
And you are...
Pause break. No, wait. Let me remember. Garu?
Garu?
I think it was Garu? Giru? Gru? Whatever his fucking name is. Because I can't remember his name.
You sure you want him? Sure you want to follow me?
Trust me when I say this. Your sister, has caused a lot of my friends to die. My sister was one of them, and I want revenge.
It is not for me to judge, but revenge is a fool's game, and only the desperate go after it.
How do you know?
There were many people I wanted to revenge back then against every monster, and I remembered, if I do that, I'd be no better than the people who want me dead.
Huh. I suppose you're right on that. How do you do it?
Pure simple. Patience of a viper. That, and I remember that all my friends had codes that wanted to be rich witchers.
I see. Anyway. Sorry about the pause. This is when he says,
Very well. Very well. Are you ready?
yes.
Very well. Let's go.
This is when they get on his horse. This is when they pretty much get going. This is when they get going, and this is when Midoriya it just sits there. Anyway, pause break. Alright, I'm back. This is when Tanjiro rides off. So,
where's it? We're going to see some friends.
alright. Hey. This is when they get there, and this is when they see Siri, who's pretty much asked around town, and Geralt got back.
Well,
everyone calls this demon the Black Widow. Unfortunately, not many demons actually know about him. Well, ones that aren't mentally traumatized. Geralt found some more blood. Yeah, that student was turned. Damn. Zenitsu was the best. Who's this?
apparently the Slayers did not trust us, so they're sending someone to babysit. Get us to make sure we stay out of trouble.
Well, that's one way to put it, but really, I'm just here to help. Must be that caring about your family, huh? It's not that. I just know things are gonna not go well. Well, if I don't help you, more lives will be endangered if I... Injured. And I'm not the type of person that likes to sit around and do nothing.
It's your show. Oh. Oh.
Right. Our show. Alright, you convinced us. But you have to follow what we do, correct?
Alright. I can do that. It's not like I got anything better to do.
Alrighty then. Alright, let's get going. This is when they get going. Wait. Anyway, once them and Midoriya actually get it to the location, this is when Geralt says, "Here's the place."
Huh. A lot bigger than I thought it would be.
You're not the only one who thought that. Trust me. This is when they get going. Wait. Once they actually get closer to the location, this is when he says,
"Are you sure this is the right way?"
"Positive. It's the only damn place that people have the guts to even talk about the widow. And plus, this is the last known location she was seen at."
Makes sense, I suppose.
This is when they get close. This is when pretty much once they get closer, so they start seeing the other.
There. Where's...
Anyway, after that, this is when Midoriya actually looks around and says,
"Oh, we'll start looking around, see if we can find anything else about this place."
"You do that." Me and Siri will look around. Garu, you go with him.
Very well.
This is when they start looking around.
What is it? We are being followed.
By who?
Don't know. Keep your guard up.
This is when they get closer at the location, and immediately they realize it. Yeah, they're being followed. Look. Immediately Midoriya says,
Garu, go to that tavern. I'll meet you there.
You sure?
Trust me. You do?
This is when he gets in, and this is when Izuku says, and Tanjiro says,
you really are a nosy woman.
So you actually came back, brother.
Look, lady, I don't know who you are, but I am not your brother. I don't know you, nor do I wish to know you, so get that through your skull. Oh, and I don't care if you are my sister. Sister.
Aren't you... Do you know how worried I was about you?
Don't care.
I searched high and low for you. I looked everywhere to find you. And here you are. Only to find out that you're a witcher? A monster?
Oh, don't pull that shit on me. Me, sister, quote. Quote, you don't know any better. You killed innocent people. Well, without a second thought. Without a hesitation, in fact. You killed. You destroyed lives. You brought nothing more than misery and despair. You are no better than anyone else. So to say that you're any better is like saying to someone that you are God himself, when really you're just as big a monster as any other witcher. Proof that sometimes it's best to let sleeping dogs lie.
So, you're gonna kill me?
Yes. I will not show any regret. Because even if you were my sister, I don't love you. And I never will see you as a sister.
I see. This is when she grabbed... That was it.
Let's do this.
This is when Midoriya... Oh. This is when they pick up their weapons and look at him.
Let's do this. This is when he gets closer and closer. This is when Midoriya here starts fighting. Then they continue fighting. Again. This is when Midoriya gets there. Once they actually got there, he starts fighting his own and literally fights all of his there. This is when they start fighting. Immediately they see Midoriya fight this demon. And not even hesitating, seeing Geralt and Ciri get into the fight. And they start fighting him with him. What took you so long? We weren't expecting that. I'm taking a guess that's your sister? That's what she keeps saying. But I'll be honest, I think she's cuckoo. This is when they start fighting. And Midoriya fights them without hesitation. Blades are striked, but unfortunately the sister had no chance against the three Witchers. Giro, on the other hand, joined the fight by cutting off her arm. The sister tries to bite Ciri, but Midoriya chugs a frickin' swallow down the demon's throat. I am okay with a lot of things, but biting Ciri? Hell no. Damn! That was my throat. Oh. This is when Tanjiro goes back to look at Ciri. You good? Yeah. What was she trying to do? Turn you. She knew that you were a demon of the Elder Blood. Oh crap, that would have ended badly. Yep. So Giro, wanna join us on our adventures? Fuck it, I don't see why not. But I need to repay you though. Come on, Giro. Come on, Bear. Oh. I'll be right back. Of course. They're gonna start fucking, aren't they? Yep. First Izuku, now Naruto. Oh. This is when Tanjiro got done fucking Giro. So you're coming with us. Well, I'm now addicted to sex because of you, so yeah. Definitely. Let's get going. We got more demons to hunt and more things to deal with. Well, what about Zenitsu? He'll probably commit harakiri for his honor. The sister's dead, and all the demons are going to be fighting for her turf. Meaning they're going to be more reckless than any other demon. Even the 12 are going to be reckless by attacking each other. So, I see. Let's do this. Agreed. And that's it. That's been the one shot of What If Tanjiro Was a Witcher? School to bury you. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This has been Duncle Dylan here, God of Chaos, and I will see you all in the next video.